live. Greetings to you and welcome to my live. You're welcome to my live. It's been a while. I decided to begin the new month by coming live. I have been away for a while. Right back. Thank you all so much for those of you joining in just now. When you join the live, do well to share the live and like the video. We have a lot to talk about today, so just give me a moment to share my live. When you join in, let me know where you're joining in from. Do well to like the video. If you have not subscribed, do well to subscribe so you will get notifications when next I'm live. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for joining my live. When you join in, like the video. A lot has been going on social media. I haven't found time to come live.
My friend thinks you're really cute, but she's just shy.
And I have not been able to report some things that actually happened. So I will just use this live to talk about some of those things that happened. But there are main things I need to talk to you about. So stay glued. Just give me a moment to share my live. Do not be bothered about me tilting from left to right. I have two different places where I am broadcasting, so I am bound to tilt the right. So let me share my live and then I come back to you. Thank you for joining and you're welcome. Egugun, be careful now, express you they go. Thank you all so much for joining my live. When you join my live, do well to like the video. Give me a moment to share my live and then I'll get back into the video right away. Let's move. Let's talk about cross-dressing in Africa. Let's talk about cross-dressing. It has been all over social media lately. We have so many people trying to do comedy by cross-dressing. You know, they're trying to enter the entertainment industry by cross-dressing. And this culture, I want to say loudly that it is not an African culture, but it's beginning to eat right deep into the continent. So let's talk about it. Guys, I don't know if you know this song. Egugun, be careful, na express you dey go. Egugun, be careful, na express you dey go. Egugun of Lagos has Batazad himself. You know, topics like that are very exciting. So many people want to hear what actually happened. If that's what you want to hear, be sure to hear it here on Contemporary Views. Thank you all so much for joining my live. My name is Jillian, and you are welcome to Contemporary Views. On Contemporary Views, we discuss trends. Whatever is trending on social media, be sure to find it here on Contemporary Views. Yes, we see only the happening stuff, we talk about it, and in the end, we take home some lessons. Thank you all so much for joining in. You are welcome to my live. You are welcome to my live. Now let's talk about cross-dressing. For those of you who don't know what cross-dressing is when a man begins to put on female clothes, female attires. They begin to dress up and do makeup and then try to look like a lady, act like a lady, speak or work like a lady. Now, this is not part of the African culture, to be very honest with you. So many people are very, very shocked to see this happen nowadays. I, for one, I am really shocked because I don't understand how you see full-fledged men wear full-blown makeup like women. Some of them even go as far as engaging in some prosthetics just to look like women, and then put on women clothes, talk like women, even attend to work like women, and then do other things that I may not be able to talk about here because of community standards. But they try their utmost best to be like women. It is not an African culture, to be honest with you. We have always been able to know how to dress properly, being Africans. We know how to dress. And there is no way a man who dresses like a woman is being accepted. I want to believe that in the years past, it used to look like a weakness. If a man is supposed to put on women's clothing, it looks like a weakness because men are supposed to be men while women are supposed to be women. We don't need to live in a society where we are confused of what is actually happening. All right. Now, what inspired this video is the rise of, would I say in quotes, nude men, in quotes, men trying to be what they are not. I don't know if it's stemming down from some form of confusion or it's just the entertainment they are claiming to, project or something. I really don't know where this is really stemming from. But I believe that many people have these thoughts in mind and it is not sitting well in their heads. There is no way a man is going to be struggling to look or behave like a lady, especially if he is not being called for that. Okay? I know that, or I understand that in the developed world, let me call it that way, it has already been segregated. So we've been living that way for quite a while in the developed world, because Africa is considered developing world. Africa is considered third world. So in the developed world, it seems to be normal, it seems to be natural. But in the developing world, it is a new phenomenon and people are not finding it funny. It is not aligning because this is not who we are. Let's face fact, this is not who we are. In as much as you want to try to make it seem right, I believe that deep down inside your minds, you know that this is not right. A man should be a man in all aspects, in dressing, in gender, in ability, in everything. Not that you are a man in gender, you are a man in abilities, you are a man in other things, and then you become a woman in dressing. It really doesn't sit well, it really doesn't make sense. Now, to my Cameroonian community, there is a buzz on social media for a couple of days now. There is a popular comedian by name Dorcas Nobobi. Dorcas is a cross-dresser comedian. He's been trending on social media for quite a while now just because he was seen in a video accepting that he is a GAY. Whatever he is, that's his problem. I have no problem with that. But I want to believe that it is about time people stop hiding behind cross-dressing, hiding behind maybe comedy, hiding behind maybe acting, and then be themselves. Be who you want to be. Be proud of what you are. Now, the big question I am going to ask is, are the animals of today much more sane than the human beings of today? Because even by mistake, I have never seen two cocks bawling together. No. I have never seen two male dogs bonding together. I have never seen two hens bawling together. But it looks like it is not the same narrative we now have with the human beings that exist in the world today. Do not get it wrong. Do not get it wrong. I have no problem with whatever they choose. Their life, their orientation, but they should be proud of what they do and not pretend and not hide under the auspices of being cross-dressers. Let it be defined, let it be known that some of these men who have decided to put on women clothes, to wear full-blown makeup, are now women and not men. This confuses children, you know that? We increasingly get confused about things like this because we don't tell ourselves the truth. The last person you could be lying to is yourself. Now, for over, say, 1 to 2 years, this guy has been cross-dressing. All his content has been based on cross-dressing. Yes, he puts up characters like female prostitutes. Yes, those are the kind of characters he plays. He dresses obscene. He dresses, bitchy, in quotes. Because of community standards, I may not be able to give you the real view, to describe the real thing, but something like that. And all along, he has been hiding who he really is. He has been hiding. But now, a live video on TikTok pops up where he agrees that this is who I am. This is what I have always been. Wow. Now, why am I talking about this? It's because we all have children at home. These are things that children will pick up. You may not know that, but the eye sees and then it goes straight into the subconscious. When young children begin to see that when men put on female clothing and makeup is normal, that is how it is going to be for them. We now, at this age, see that it is problematic or it does not sit well because growing up, we knew that that is not the way men should dress. That is not an outfit for a man. A man should not project like a woman in public. We saw that while growing up. But the children of today are now being confused. They are now being programmed. Because to me, that's programming. You know that your eyes see and then your subconscious keeps. Most human beings learn very fast and they do so by seeing. That is why in every vocation there is practical. In the practical sessions, you don't need pens and papers to take any notes, you just watch. You watch and see what your instructor is doing. And right now, I want to begin that the kids of today they are now watching their instructors display what will happen in the years to come. I am still saying I don't have any problem with anyone trying to do that, with anyone trying to wear whatever they want to wear. The fact is, declare who you are. Andy, thank you for joining my live. Andy says, tell them a large majority of parents they see this for fun, forgetting the ills it brings with a bad world. That's very true. That's very true. It doesn't sit well with me. As a parent, that doesn't sit well with me. That is why I am making this video today. Let it be known that I came out to talk about this. It's not right. To be honest with you, it doesn't make sense. I believe they are in the face of programming. They are being programmed as at now. A lot of things are going on social media and people will not want us to talk about it. Because of community standards, we cannot feel free to talk about these things. But I am going to risk my platform, I am going to risk my page to talk about some of these things sometimes if I find the time. Okay? So I am talking about the programming that goes on when children watch men put on women's clothing, put on full makeup, or when women put on men's clothing and then behave like men. Before now, I asked the question, have you ever seen two male dogs bowling together? No. Have you ever seen two cocks bowling together? No. Have you ever seen two hens or whichever animal, two of them of same gender bowling together? You will never ever find that. Don't they say that human beings are more intelligent than animals? When I begin to reason across that lane, I begin to fear for human beings because it seems like the animals are now more intelligent, more realistic, more brilliant than human beings. There is no way you're going to see two animals of like gender try to be something they are not. Okay? It all begins with the cross dressing. That is why I am emphasizing on the cross dressing. They come out to say that they are comedians. You watch their comedies, you laugh at it. But I don't see anything funny in a man struggling to be a woman in broad daylight. You were not born, you were not called to be a woman. You were not. So why try by putting on makeup, by going for surgeries, by wearing female clothing, and then begin to deceive the masses? It is not funny. It is not. Be mindful of the contents you let your children watch, because these contents we watch these days are just like programming. The minds are being programmed. They see with their eyes and it goes straight to the subconscious. And at the level of the subconscious, you can't do changes. That is why we now see that some of these things are common only to this generation. Even if they were common in the past generations, it wasn't public. The only thing we as Africans have left is gender identity. Yes. Look at how feminine I look. My face, my body, everything suggests that I am a woman. And then suddenly I begin to tell you that, oh no, I identify as something else. Now, would you say that I am sane? I am not castigating anyone. Feel free to be whatever you want to be. Feel free to do whatever you want to do. Just don't push it in the faces of innocent children who are growing up, whose minds are free, whose minds are fresh. Stop implanting stuff in the minds of children that will not make sense in the future. Remember, they say the children are the future, right? If you taint the future today, what do you expect to have in the years to come? So I want to believe that cross-dressing is not an African thing. Cross-dressing is not something that we should be prioritizing at this moment. Cross-dressing is not something we should be promoting. Because to be honest with you, they will come out and say they are human beings, they have rights, they have everything. Let them have everything they want to have. By shoving it in the throats of people who do not believe in these things doesn't make sense. Yes. I am not attacking anyone. It isn't a personal attack. It is just my own personal opinion. The minds of children are fragile. Instill in them the values that you will be proud of them. Be mindful of the kind of content that children consume these days, because it all begins with them seeing things that they were not supposed to see. As parents, your job is to define the path the children will take. Know ye today that everything you do today, you would answer for tomorrow. Will you be proud to be the mother or the father of an agege tomorrow. Start fixing things now. Start defining things now. Start showing children the right things to do. Accepting on social media that this is who you are, I don't have a problem with that. But shoving in onto children, no, no. All of you promoting cross-dressing, you are not doing justice to the community. You are not doing justice. Let a man be a man. Let a woman be a woman. Let it be defined. Let it be known. Just because of community standards, we are not able to speak up about certain things. But I risk my platform to talk about it this day. Let it be known that I said my part about this. We are not making progress in cross-dressing. It is not an African thing. It is not our culture. We are going to be embarrassed in the next future. We are going to be embarrassed about it. So now, thank you guys. Thank you all, those of you watching, those of you joining in. Thank you so much for joining. You're welcome to my live. My name is Jillian, and this is Contemporary Reviews. Now, before I started talking about the cross-dressing of a thing, I sang a funny song. Yes, a local funny song. Egugu, be careful, na express you they go. Egugu, be careful, na express you they go. Guys, some of you may have heard that song before, some may not have heard that song before. Okay, it's very simple. A lot is going on social media every day. Now, I don't understand this culture of people recording themselves when they do stuff. Yeah, private stuff. You should know that if you consider something as private, okay, that thing should not make it out to the public, to the open. If it makes it out to the open, it's no longer private. I don't know, but I want to believe that most of you know this guy. He is fondly called Egugun of Lagos. Yes, the noodles of Egugun of Lagos is out. Eleanor, thank you for joining my live. You're welcome. Egugun of Lagos, his noodles are out. He has been batazared, you know. This is the latest trend, and I don't know why people do this. When you do private things in private and then you begin to record them and then post them on social media, I don't care if you have posted them on social media. I just found them on social media. I don't believe that they still will be considered private. They are no longer private when they begin to pop up on social media. I have made videos here advising people to not record themselves while they are in their private moments. Yes, go noodles they outside. See, Bataza 2.0. You know me now. Egugun, I don't know. Some of you may know him, some may not know him, but it's the same guy who does videos where he checks out the BBL women have done, and then he goes asking some crazy kind of questions: how much their belongings cost, what kind of cars they drive. He just does street interviews. Some of you may know him, some may not know this guy, but his contents are really interesting because he always interviews women. Sometimes he seldom interviews on BBL. He doesn't interview women who haven't done BBL. Most women, and then he will ask them the cost of BBL, the cost of their clothing, their accessories in general. That's basically the kind of content he does. Now, the amazing part of this story is this said man, I don't know if he is married or if this woman is his girlfriend, but it seems he is married to this lady. This lady is as slender and slim as you can imagine. But most of the people he creates his content out of are women who are very busty and with very big backside. So now what actually happened is yesterday his nudes made it out to social media. And in a bid to control, to do PR for her boyfriend slash husband, I really don't know, his girlfriend slash wife came out to tell the world that someone is blackmailing them for the tune of 20 million naira. Yes, up to the tune of 20 million naira. That this person is asking them to give, asking her to pay 20 million naira, otherwise her guy's stuff will be on social media. Now, she went ahead to explain that actually the nudes in question were made for her and that they were supposed to be sent to her. And after sending the nudes to her, he mistakenly uploaded the nudes on Snapchat. And before he deleted the nudes on Snapchat, someone had recorded them on Snap. All right. But now, today, as at press time, it reveals that that is not what actually transpired. That is not what actually happened. No. In the nude, he could be seen with a different lady who is not the wife or girlfriend, who recorded him without his knowledge. This should serve as, would I say, deterrent? It should serve as an example to those women who are supportive of their men. Even if you want to support your boyfriend or your husband or your fiance, in the case of leaked nudes, especially if you have not watched the nudes, do not be quick to come out and tell a narrative that will shame you in the end. Now she claims that these nudes were sent to her, but when the nudes popped out, it didn't seem so. The nudes actually were recorded by another lady whose face could be seen on the video. Now, some people came out to ask how the machine was looking. The machine was machining, yeah, I can say that categorically. For a fat guy, the machine was machining. In as much as it didn't reach or beat that of Balthazar. It is massive, baby. Massive. Isn't that what Egugun would tell his the guest he interviews in his show? He would tell them, say, it's massive, baby. Yeah. Egugun's baller is massive, baby. He makes jest of women's BBL to an extent. He encourages BBL among women, and then he laughs at them. You know, he makes them jiggle their doctor gained nyashes on camera. But this time his own was made public, and everybody could see that this is what is actually going on. This is what is actually going down. Now his woman is going home in shame because she had earlier on made mention of the fact that there were videos he made for her and sent it to her, but in reality those videos were not made for her. So it means that Egugun portrays his love for a slim, beautiful lady. Yes, he has a slender girlfriend, but he still hungers and tests for the BBL type. Because the lady in that video is the BBL version. It's the BBL type that he was, you know, making her show him stuff, making her do stuff for him on social media. No, on a live on a video call. But little did he know that he was being recorded. And now it has served like breakfast for those of you who did not know how your celebrity looked like. He's massive, baby. I say this all the time. Your private parts are meant for private meetings, not on camera meetings, not on phone meetings. By the time you let yourself being recorded, what are records meant for? To be kept. For future what? Views. For future use and future views. And now they have been posted. Everybody is rushing to Telegram to go watch it. Everybody is eager to see. So technically, Egugun of Lagos no longer have privacy around his private region because it is floating on Telegram. You make jest of women every day. Your contents are centered around the butts of women. It's massive, baby. That's what you say, that their nyash is massive. Today, the women now have opportunity to see your massive rod. How do you feel about it? Your woman runs out to make control, and she does worst. She makes the issue even worse because we now know that you not only have her. You claim that you've been in a relationship with your guy for 8 years and he has never cheated on you for 8 years and he is faithful to you for 8 years. All right, good wife, good girlfriend, good madam. But what you did not know is there are women out there that he has stuff going on with in 2020. A lady came out to tell the world that she has been dating the Egugun since 2020. What year is this? 2024? So he has been cheating on his wife for 4 years with the other lady. And now we have proof on social media. What a world. What a world. Can we stop recording nonsense? Can we stop recording nonsense? Must you always have your phones in your hands when you want to get busy? Can we just understand the meaning of private parts? Can we just do that? We don't learn. We don't learn. In as much as things get nasty by the day, just because you allow yourself to be recorded, people still don't learn. You still do not learn. You still have yourselves recorded. And you feel that once you get recorded, people won't want to watch. That's the mistake some of you out there are making. You will not believe the massive view. By the time I got to that Telegram page to watch, I met 38,000 views. And the video was just posted a couple of minutes. Elena says, I think people intentionally do it to use as means to become famous on media. Just maybe, but I want to believe that Egugun is very, very famous. You know his kind of content. Men love his contents. Women love his contents. If you don't know the kind of content he does, he makes women shake their butts. He makes women twerk like pa, 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 on his videos. So it's not like people are not aware of the kind of content he does. He is already famous on the social media space. TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. Who doesn't know Egugun of Lagos? So maybe the strategy he was trying to adopt in making himself famous. I doubt that, because 20 million naira is not small money. Maybe if he had 20 million to pay the blackmailers, he would have preferred to pay the blackmailers. But unfortunately, he did not want to comply. Hi, Mary. Thank you for joining my live. Maybe he didn't have 20 millions to pay so that his videos will not be projected on social media. 20 million naira is a whole lot of money. It is a whole lot. But I want to believe that he feels embarrassed because since 2 days back, yesterday and today, he has not been able to come out to say anything. But for the PR stunts his wife wanted to pull on social media that backfired, I'm sure she's going home with her face down. My husband never cheated on me in 8 years, but women are bursting out with nude videos of him. So recording a nude, SEXING with other ladies, what do you call that? If not cheating, what do you call that? Allowing women record your nudes, allowing yourself record nudes and sending to them, allowing them have video calls on camera. What do you call that? It's shameful. He has been disgraced. He has been embarrassed. He has been battered. What Balthazar did, many men have not been able to beat his record, but some of them are wanting Balthazar business not to die out, because in as much as we don't want to talk about stuff like that, we keep seeing this stuff come up every day, every other day. These things keep coming up. And people want to watch, people want to see. Today we are seeing his. Tomorrow we'll see another person, because they will not stop recording. They will not stop entertaining us with their private videos. Let's just grow up and stop all these things that don't make sense. Before talking about this Egugun of a guy, I was talking about cross-dressing. I don't appreciate cross-dressing at all. I think that it is an agenda that parents should look into carefully. You have children at home, teach them to dress properly. If people say that they are content creators and the only way they can create their content is to teach people how to dress differently from their genders, it means they have an agenda which you may not be able to push. So help your children watch the right content, help your children dress properly, educate them and make them know the real reasons why they should not appreciate things like that. Before I go, I will still ask this question. Have you ever seen two male dogs moving together? Have you touched on Lucas and the recent rumors? Yes, I began with that. I really did not appreciate when I saw there's this TikTok video. It was a live video. I spoke about it in the beginning of this video. He is seen in that video categorically accepting that he is a GAY. Now, I don't have a problem with his orientation. The problem I now have is the deception. Why behave like, okay, I am a content creator, this is what I want to do, this is the kind of content I'm creating, meanwhile you are actually projecting who you really are. And I expect that parents should desist from this kind of content, especially in their homes where their children can watch as well. I was also saying that when we were much younger, there is no way you would see a man try to do stuff women do. It's like a stereotype, but I want to believe that we need this kind of stereotypes because they are positive. There can be negative stereotypes and there can be positive stereotypes. Even animals these days are more intelligent than human beings. Yes, these days animals are more intelligent than human beings. They are more woke than the human beings are. Because you find them getting confused. They don't even know what to do. They don't. You have this thing going on for you. You have this thing going on in your mind. This is who you are. You begin to lie to everybody. You begin to shield it from everybody. And then you begin to integrate people into what you do. And then you begin to deceive people. And the whole nation promoted this person. They promoted him without knowing his true agenda. Now his true agenda has been exposed. So I want to believe that we all have learned from this. Actions you shall know you. No, he's just cross-dressing, he's just cross-dressing, he's just cross-dressing. Now let me ask, I have this question in mind. What is funny about a man dressing like a woman and a woman dressing like a man? What is funny about that? Did you realize that most content creators in Africa are using this as a means to an end? Is it that only women in Africa are funny? Nobody plays a father role and makes it funny. No one wants to play a daddy role. No one wants to play a problematic father. You can count the number of content creators that play father character who are men. You don't get to see people play a fatherly roles and then in comedy and then make it funny. But everywhere, every boy out there, every young man out there wants to wear a female garment and then try to make comedy out of it. I think that it is a wrong narrative. Our children learn mostly by seeing, and the things they get to see goes right straight into the subconscious. Before you know it, in 10 years, in 15 years, your young children will begin to tell you things you will not be proud of. Face it, this is not who we are. You can say that this is stereotype, but it is a positive stereotype. It is positive to be this kind of, to have this kind of stereotype. It is positive. I must tell you that. Now you come out, you deceive an entire nation. Everybody supports you. Support your own, support your own, support your own. They support you, they project you. Now that you have achieved fame, you now expose who you really are. This boils down to the fact that you should not believe everything that you see on social media. I will tell you that I am not responsible for what you hear me say here on social media. I am not responsible because as 1,000 people watch my video, I have 1,000 different reactions. I have 1,000 different understanding. I have 1,000 different views. So I am not responsible for the things that you hear and see on social media. But just be guarded. If you have children, you know that you need to place these children in the right path, and it all begins with you at home. Monitor the things they watch. Monitor the things they try to do. There are things that you should not even allow them to do. No, you should not allow them to do. Because if you begin to push things like this, if you begin to let them go with things like this, in the future, you will feel embarrassed. You will be ashamed to be called the parent of so and so person. So I don't know what your thoughts are. I don't know what you think about cross-dressing culture in Africa. It is taking all over Africa, everywhere in Nigeria. You see them in Ghana, you see them in Cameroon, you see them in South Africa, you see them. Cross-dressing is not who we are. Cross-dressing is not who we are. There are clothes meant for men and there are clothes meant for women. Wearing full blown up makeup as a man is not acceptable because it is not who you are. Well, we all know how Facebook and YouTube and all the other social media platforms see this. I am not attacking anyone. I am just telling parents out there to be watchful with the kind of content they let their younger ones watch. And lastly, our private parts are meant to be kept private. Do not record your private parts and don't expect it to end up someday on social media. When it does, when I have information that somebody's privacy is out there, I am going to watch it. Even if I don't want to, people send it. The link of Egugun was actually sent to me. Egugun, be careful na express you dey go. He didn't know that he was getting into the express, and now look at what actually happened to him. When he got into the express, look at what actually happened to him. I know he will not be able to tell the tale of what actually transpired. Now guys, I think I have belabeled my video. I think I have exhausted what I had to say. Yes, maybe, just maybe, I may be coming back live later on today. Yes, I have other things I have to talk about because I have been away for quite a while. I have not said stuff here on social media. I have not made live sessions, so I may be coming back live. For those of you just joining now, do well to watch the video from the beginning. Yes, put in your comments and let me know what you think about cross-dressing in Africa as a culture and nude sharing among couples. Let me know what you think about all of that. Well guys, thank you all for watching. Thank you so much for joining my live. Thank you and see you on the next live.